What's up, everybody? Justin Swinney, president of Swinney Nutrition, coming to you today from my home office with the video of PCT-11 as promised. Now, PCT-11, brief summary, it does have 11 ingredients. That's where the name PCT-11 comes from. 11 for the 11 ingredients. Now, that is a lot of ingredients for a PCT. Not only is it a lot of ingredients, but it's a high milligram serving. 2,860.1 milligrams to be exact per serving of 4 capsules. Now, of the 11 ingredients, the primary goal of all 11 together is to increase testosterone, enhance libido, and decrease estrogen. Now, I put a few posts up on the internet about questions you guys may have, and they're great. I got a few of them here written down, and I'm going to address those as well as go over a couple bullet points for each ingredient, okay? Now, I'm going to turn the board around. I apologize for this real quick. And it'll show you the few notes I've made for y'all on the ingredients. And before we get started on the ingredients, remember these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Thank you to my lawyer. He keeps me from getting some false claims there. Now, over the ingredients. Now, I've got them listed as the highest amount to the lowest amount, okay? When you do a supplement facts label on the back of the label, you're supposed to list ingredients in the order that they are placed in there with the most amount first. Okay, just in case you guys want to know. Now, again, I'm going to try to be brief here because I got a couple questions I want to get to. Now, the first ingredient, bulbine, natural, and the full name is on the label. I'm just summarizing it for the board. Natural T booster, an aphrodisiac, and a performance enhancer. What is an aphrodisiac? It is something that increases sexual function and desire, just in case you want to know. Kind of goes hand in hand with the word libido and vitality and things like that. Okay, the next ingredient, fenugreek. It's a natural T booster, an aphrodisiac, and libido. And it also, they've shown a few studies where it helps control blood sugar. And all of these statements are dose related, okay? Which is why we have a large dose of 2801 milligrams. Okay, mucopyrines. Now this is, somebody asked a question about prolactin. Now this is the product I put in here to decrease prolactin. It also increases testosterone. It's seen where it increases sperm motility and quality. It's also been used for Parkinson's disease with a few patients, but none of the other 3 effects matter to the people with Parkinson's. They're just looking for some relief there. Tribulus, you've heard of Tribulus terrestris. It's been around forever. Tried and true. If you take enough, it actually does help a little bit. Increase testosterone, vitality, a libido enhancer, and some guys have seen that increases their sexual well-being, and if they have problems with erectile dysfunction, it can help that as well. Because Tribulus works through stimulating luteinizing hormone, okay, in the testes. Now, horny goat weed. Horny goat weed has also been around forever. At the right dosages, you can get a little bit of a testosterone boost, and again, another aphrodisiac. I know you're seeing that word a lot, but increased testosterone, increased libido, increased vitality, and aphrodisiac, again, they all go hand in hand. Most of you remember when you were 18 years old, all you thought about all the time was the opposite sex, so to speak. So that's kind of goes hand in hand with high testosterone is high sexual desire. Now, Endo 3 Carbonyl. Some of you that are up on the research, I know you've read about this stuff. The National Institute of Health is actually funding more research on it because they've shown the Endo 3 Carbonyl is a negative regulator of estrogen. We've actually seen that it works for causing the cellular growth to stop, okay? And cell apoptosis, which is programmed cell death. So it attaches to using your mind like a cancer cell, estrogen cancer cell or whatever, and it causes that cell to die, which, you know, keeps cancer from getting worse. But the one reason I put it in there, it actually, they've seen where it helps prevent cancer and the growing of cancer, which is good. I've been taking this stuff by itself for years, just for the fact that I couldn't eat enough broccoli and cabbage and whatnot, because that's where you get this stuff. Now, next ingredient, nettle root. Nettle root is, somebody asked about sex hormone binding globulin. Here it is. It helps prevent the binding of sex hormone binding globulin to testosterone, which gives you more free testosterone available to be used. It's also been seen that it helps with urine problems or urinary tract problems related to the prostate. If you have a enlarged prostate, it's a little hard to urinate, and you have more frequent urinations, or you have painful urinations. Well, they've seen at certain dosages you can actually get some relief there. Maca. Now, it's known as Peruvian ginseng. Now, this stuff is high in phytonutrients and trace minerals, which is healthy people. We know we love phytonutrients. We love trace minerals. Those things are great. Now, it is seen to do a lot of stuff. Maca does a lot of stuff. If you just Google it, tons of stuff is going to come up. But we use it, of course, for increased libido. It actually helps guys with erectile dysfunction and testosterone. But again, the numerous things, I just want to note a few. Anemia, which is low iron, chronic fatigue syndrome, energy, stamina, memory, performance, depression, and then some people have seen it helps with their skin, like acne and blemishes. Okay, now, a very powerful ingredient is the next one, is another one of my anti-estrogens. This one's actually a suicide inhibitor, which means it kills estrogen. So, Andro, okay, it's from 7-keto DHEA. It's a branch off of that, derived from that. Remember, suicide aromatase inhibitor, very strong, but it actually will help reduce cortisol and control cortisol with the post-workout recovery. Now, this product is so strong, this one ingredient is on the WADA drug testing list for Olympic athletes. Now, I don't know if it does so much, it would be considered a quote steroid, but as far as anti-estrogens, that stuff works. I'm on testosterone replacement therapy, and I take the PCT-11. I take no anti-estrogens. The only anti-estrogen I use is my PCT-11, but I was using a couple of these individually before then. Now, the black pepper extract, that's a trademarked version. It's just a little better high quality version. It enhances thermogenesis and basically creates a supply and demand so your body can use all this stuff better. You'll see a ton of supplements on the market, a lot of my supplements. We put that in there just to help it absorb a little bit better, okay? And vitamin D3. Now, vitamin D3 is known to naturally increase testosterone because vitamin D3 plays a role in its production. Now, they had one study out there that was a pretty good study. They did a 1 year on males, placebo, and vitamin D3. In the vitamin D3 study, they had 3,332 international units. In the other one, they had none. And after a year, they saw the people that took the serving of vitamin D3, the 3,332 international units per day, versus the placebo group who thought they were getting it, just really weren't. That group had a 25% increase in testosterone versus the other group. That ought to sell you on it all alone. Everybody should be on vitamin D3. At least try it and do blood work and see if it works for you. So what we did, I can tell you how much vitamin D3 is in there. The study said 3,332, so I rounded it up to 4,000 international units in my first trials, and we saw success from there. So that's how much vitamin D3 you're going to get in each serving. Now, why was PCT, and I'm going to get a couple of the questions. Why was PCT designed? Now, I designed this product because originally, in my head, every single male out there is going to decrease in testosterone. We're all going to lose testosterone over time. But if I could do something that actually worked, that helped it from going down so fast, if we could at least stalemate it and maybe bring it back up a little bit, when you start aging at 20 to 25 years old, from there it's a downhill slope as far as your body's concerned with testosterone and growth hormone. And I know some of you guys thinking, oh, I'm tough, I have good testosterone, all that stuff. Look, it's the human body. It is what it is. We're all going to get old. We're all going to break down. Okay, nobody's Superman. So that was the reason behind this, because most of the guys I know that are above the age of 30 are on some type of replacement or some type of supplement. So I thought, hey, let's bring something out there that's effective and safe. Safety really matters, because there's a lot of stuff out there that works that's very toxic. Remember the old pro hormones back in the day? They worked. They'd elevate your testosterone, but you would end up liver and kidney problems if you stayed on them long term. Now, also, most males that are educated get into testosterone replacement therapy because they finally understand, okay, well, my testosterone is going down. It's only going to keep going down, or it'll stop at a very low point. I might as well start treating this as young as possible so I can prevent all the side effects that comes along with low testosterone and aging. Now, all of you males should be on this as well. Number one, because it's going to keep your body at least producing as much as you can naturally. But some of you guys who are worried about being fertile, this can help keep you a little bit more fertile. Now, I'm not going to guarantee it's going to turn you into the #1 sperm bank donor, but it will help some of your fertility issues. Also, the estrogen. If you're on testosterone replacement therapy, you have a chance of converting some of that to estrogen. But with this, you have a lot less of a chance, okay? This will help that. Now, that was why I originally designed the product. In the name PCT, post-cycle therapy, people think, okay, well, they're on something that raises testosterone. When they drop, their body don't have any, something that helps bring that back up. But I designed it so it could be taken 365 days a year. I mean, you could take this every day and have no problems. I do. Does it work alone or does it work in a stack? Both. This is a product that is, if you're on a budget and your testosterone's low and you know it's low, take this one product, it'll help. Because it'll help the anti-estrogen effect. It'll also help with your cortisol. So, yes, it can be in a stack. Now, if you're a guy who is going to do a bodybuilding or is going to do fitness and you are going to take illegal performance enhancers, take this too. It's going to prevent as much shutdown as you're going to do. So if you're taking something that's going to shut your testosterone down to 0, you might want to be on something the whole time that keeps your testosterone from going so low. That would be a good idea. Now, does it block estrogen only or does it boost testosterone only? Neither. It does both, okay? So it doesn't do only one or the other. It will help estrogen and it will help lower estrogen and raise testosterone. Another question asked was the average gain on testosterone levels. And then I think they asked for a percentage. Well, it's hard to give percentage because all the numbers are different on relative lab work. Now, what I've seen, and I can share my personal lab work. I can't share other people we did the trial on. But my free testosterone, I saw an increase of 10 points. Okay. My total testosterone was up an average of 200 points, which again, that's not raising it thousands of points. But when your testosterone level is, let's say, moderate range at 600 to 700 or 700 to 800, that's moderate. That's not great. But it gets it from 700 to 800 to right at 1,000. That's going to make a difference and you're going to feel better. But at the same time, I did see a decrease in my estrogen by about 12 to 15. Okay. Now, that was my results, not anybody else's. I can't comment on theirs due to confidentiality. But I can tell you, you can assume theirs were probably pretty close to mine. Okay, some other questions I got. Does it affect the lipid profile? I didn't see any negative effects on the lipid profile. Okay, my HDL, my LDLs, they really didn't change a whole lot. I may have saw a slight increase, but we're talking 2 or 3 points in my HDL, so not enough to measure as significant. High blood pressure, irregular heartbeat. No, I saw neither one change. I actually saw my resting heart rate decrease. And I'm guessing that's because my testosterone was better and my estrogen was lower. So lower estrogen, lower water weight. And I guess that had an effect on my blood pressure and my resting heart rate as making it better, but I'm not sure. It could have been just because I was working out harder. Again, there was not a huge significant change there, which is good because we don't want a bad change. I think that basically was it. HPTA effect, it had no bad effects on the HPTA. And is there an estrogen rebound when you come off of this product? So wherever you were at before the product, you get to hear when you're on the product. Afterwards, no, it's not a down. You know, what we saw was a few people, you know, say the budget comes up, man, I can't buy any supplements this month, I just drink protein. Well, the most thing I saw was most of them just maintained. They really didn't get worse, but their levels did kind of start to decline over time. It's kind of like anything else. If you eat protein 4 times a day and you cut back to eating protein 1 time a day, whatever gains you made, you're probably going to lose some of them, but you're not going to get worse than you were to begin with. Okay? So, I think that's every question. If it's not, shoot me an email at swinneynutrition@gmail.com. Thank you for your time.